Hey everyone, it's Ivan with KitBadger.com, here today to bring you a tip with respect to purchasing gear, equipment, anything like that. Whether it's going to be something you're using in the backcountry, something you're going to deploy with overseas, use on the range, something in your kitchen. Either way, kind of a metric to think about it with respect to its expectation of how long that piece of equipment's going to last. And to illustrate the point, we're actually going to talk about my trusty Gregory backpack, which I've had for a long time. So quick overview of a couple features I really like in this pack. Nowadays, pretty much every pack you find that's worth anything is gonna have compression straps. Compression straps usually on either side. These are great, unbuckle them. You can either weave things into them or just shove them in here, buckle it and cinch it down. This pack, its original design was for backcountry like snowboarding, and so this actually allows you to put things through this entire section of the pack, such as snowboard, which would stick out on either side of your bindings. Never used it for that, but I've definitely put things across the back here, and I definitely actually really like that feature in this pack. There's only 2 compartments on this. You have this outer portion, which on this pack actually comes undone, which is kind of cool. So this whole piece will actually fold out, allowing you to pretty much do whatever you want to do back here. Like I said, though, 2 compartments. So there's this one, zippered compartment right here. We have that. And then the thing that I like most about this pack, one of the things I like the most about it, is essentially like 270-degree zipper. So I can zip this down either side, and I have access to my entire pack at that point. So rather than having a pack where basically you're carrying around a stuff sack, so everything gets jammed in, and to get whatever you have in the bottom out of it, you have to pull everything out. It's a hassle. And when all this is back together, this piece is connected. So even if you have this entire outer portion full, unzip it and everything moves together and you have access to everything. It's funny though, when you look at the materials on this older pack. This pack, I've had for almost 25 years now. It's gone all sorts of places, and the materials aren't necessarily space age. Like in here, you see this aluminum stiffener, this plastic back portion, and like, yeah, today you've moved to like lighter space age materials, but arguably with a lot of those packs, what you give up is durability. Like, when was the last time you had a zipper last over 25 or right around 25 years? Ultimately, what we're talking about is a combination of materials used as well as craftsmanship in constructing something. You can go get your super ultralight backpack, take it into the backcountry, and the minute you get tired, pull that thing off your shoulders and drop it because you weren't thinking about like, oh, I need a baby in my pack. Lands on a rock, things torn open, now you're trying to stitch it closed, put some sort of patch on it. It's never going to be as strong as it originally was. Versus this, which, yes, it's heavier. Like, no, it's not this super space age material, but this thing's been going strong for 20 plus years. And I most certainly have not babied this. And this thing's actually made its rounds. One of my best, closest friends loaned it to him for a while. He ended up taking it around Thailand, I think. And then he ended up actually loaning it to his girlfriend, which was fine, I didn't care. And she used it on a bunch of backpacking trips. And then they broke up and I was like, we gotta get that back, man. So he got it back for me. And I put countless more miles on it. But the thing's still going. Like, nobody's been like, oh, I need to be really careful with this. I mean, zippers. Like, how many zippers just blow out within a year of something, year of use, let alone any type of hard use? And when you actually pay for something, paying attention to the construction as well as materials used, you can end up with something that's going to last you a really long time. When you have a piece of gear or equipment for over 20 years, invariably technology is going to change. Having this pack, when I had it, there was no such thing as MOLLE or PALS or anything like that. And as that technology came about, more and more it was implemented into both military gear as well as kind of offshoot within backpacks and everything like that. You had kind of daisy chains, stuff along those lines on packs, but hadn't really had like MOLLE integrated into packs. And so being in the Marine Corps at the time and seeing that technology come out, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. So took my pack down, got some webbing, went to a local tailor shop that had a industrial sewing machine and was like, hey, I want this here, here. I need that stitched here, 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 spaced out appropriately. Had them stitched across top as well as the bottom. And that completely changed this pack for me. Totally opened up the amount of space I had available and consequently extended the distance I could take this one pack. Now I could strap things across the top as well as across the bottom, whereas before the pack's design limited me with just compression straps on either side. And so if you're gonna have something for a long time, it behooves you to use a little bit of forward thinking as technology changes and moves and figuring out ways that you can actually adapt to what you do have rather than scrap something that probably has another 10, 20 years life in it just for the newer, better thing. Unless it's really feature rich and the trade-off is there. But this guy, this has personality, and now I can use it for a lot more things. So having a piece of equipment for over 20 years, it's gonna be some casualties. In this case, finished a backpacking trip last week, got down, taking off my pack, helping my boys with their packs. Right there in the parking lot at the trailhead, this piece broke off my buckle. And I was like, man, come on. But then I was like, well, I had it for 20 plus years. Okay, I can deal with that. So came back home, went to the local mountaineering shop, got a brand new buckle. Ironically, the exact same manufacturer as the old one. Just doesn't have my little Gregory logo. So I'll put a sticker or something there. But yeah, swap this webbing out, good to go. And that brings us to the company and manufacturer that is making the equipment, whatever it may be. For example, Gregory, they're still making packs. I don't know if they're making them as good as that anymore, but they're still making them. And I should probably, just for the fun of it, contact them and be like, hey, my buckle broke. They're like, what kind of pack? I'm like, it's this one. And be like, we haven't made that in like 25 years. And be like, okay, well, my buckle broke. But I can just go down and find a replacement. And this is way easier than replacing a pack. But today, we're in an age where there's manufactured obsolescence. Like, it's made to no longer be useful. It has a finite lifespan. And for some things, that's fine. Hey, if I want something that's only gonna last a little while, I'll go to the dollar store, buy whatever I need, and when it breaks, I don't care, I'm out $1, I throw it away. But other things, it's an investment. Like something you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Arc'teryx, for example. I have their, their Hercules hoodie. Worst piece of Arc'teryx gear I've ever had. And regrettably, I'm probably gonna have it until I die because it's made so well. And it's one of those things where it's not like, oh, I just dropped like $250 on this, even though I've used it for 10 years and it's still going strong, I'm gonna go dump it at the Goodwill. Like, no, I'll grudgingly wear it, even though I feel there's some serious design flaws, but it's gonna last forever. And that's a good thing as a consumer. So if you are looking for a piece of gear, keep that in mind. Like, who's manufacturing it? What kind of materials are made? And buy it with the intention of how long you actually want to get use out of that piece of equipment. And amateurize it. Does this pack cost X amount of dollars? How long is it gonna last me? Jacket, knife, whatever it may be. And those are just a few things to keep in mind next time you're purchasing gear. As always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, oh, Lordy.